Hey everyone, it's Michael here from GoodEreader.com. Do you have an older Barnes & Noble Nook tablet? If you do, I have some bad news. Starting this June of 2024, Barnes & Noble will be shutting off all services for it. So this means that these tablets are end of life. You won't be able to log into your Barnes & Noble Nook account. You won't be able to make new purchases for both ebooks, audiobooks, manga, and so on. If you log out of the account, such as doing a firmware, a factory reset or something like that, you won't be able to actually log back in. However, if you still are logged in, any purchase that you have made in the past, both on your Nook tablet or Nook e-reader, will be synced to it. So you'll still have access to the things that you bought. You just won't be able to buy anything additionally. The only caveat is if you actually sideload things, but most people don't know how to do that, so it's no big deal. So what tablets are end of life? Well, we have news from Barnes & Noble that the Nook Color, Nook Tablet, Nook HD, and Nook HD 10. So these tablets came out between 2011 and 2013, and Barnes & Noble does have an upgrade offer. So if you do have one of these in the drawer, you can get a $30 credit on your Barnes & Noble account. All you need to do is fill out a general form, email address, your name, what is the serial number of your device, and you can actually get either $30 put towards a Barnes & Noble Nook 4E or the new Nook 9, which is done by Lenovo. It comes out in May, so it's not actually out yet. So this is their latest generation Android tablet. So you can either upgrade to a new tablet or you can go from an older tablet to an e-reader. So why should you upgrade? Well, tablets from like 2011, 2013, I mean, it's the battery for the most part. I mean, if you use this type of device, generally the battery is like the first thing to go and you can't really easily replace it. So I know some people that just perpetually have it charged and attached to like a USB cable and always plugged in, because as soon as you disconnect it, it dies because the battery doesn't hold a charge anymore. And it's like the same with even e-readers from 10 years ago, where you can't really use them now because the batteries are dead. And at that time, there was no right to repair service. So these things were made not to be opened and not for the batteries to be swapped out. In a lot of cases, there isn't even batteries that you can buy to actually swap them for the right battery in these Nook tablets. Not to mention the older e-readers. I mean, these are just batteries that are just so old that it's just impossible to find and do it yourself. So what do you think about this? I mean, there's a lot of people that are just really kind of pissed off about this whole situation, where why are they doing this? It's the same reason why Amazon really only supports e-readers that are less than 5 years old, and everything else doesn't even receive firmware updates anymore. Kobo is the outlier. They pretty well support all of their older e-readers. Barnes & Noble tends to only issue firmware updates for the current generation and the previous generation. But more and more companies now are pretty well killing off old devices. And why is this the case? Well, aside from PR speak and things like that, I probably think it's a TLS issue, and that new certificates have, there's new TLS certificates that allow devices to be able to talk to the store and in a secure fashion and make purchases, facilitate those purchases, and have them delivered to your e-reader. All the time that there's new TLS certifications that are put forwards. And for older devices, for one, the operating system doesn't really allow for modern TLS certificates. But even if they did, I'm pretty sure that Barnes & Noble has analytics and say, how many of our old devices are actually in use these days? And is it worth it for us to issue firmware updates on devices that are like 10 years old to be able to connect to the store? They're probably saying like, look, the Nook Color, the Nook HD, the HD Plus. I mean, these were deadly tablets for their time, But I mean, who uses these now? And you know, in all fairness, I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably a hardcore e-reading fan. So I mean, you might be the type of person to do it. But think about the average person. Marcy in Oklahoma, John in the Northwest Territories in Canada. I mean, if they're looking for a new tablet or a new e-reader, they're not buying anything really old. They're buying something pretty new. And sure, people hang on to these devices. I mean, I have a drawer in my kitchen full of like, old Fire when the Amazon Fire tablets were called Kindle Fire. I have those. I have probably a pile of stuff. That's because I'm a reviewer, so I get like all these sort of things just sent to me for free. But that's not here nor there. I mean, if you're still using a Nook tablet from 2011, 2013, it's a kick in the pants, but at least you can upgrade to something more modern at a bit of a discount. However, one thing that you should know is that if you're a member of the Barnes & Noble like membership plan, you can't actually use that plan in conjunction with the $30 savings to get even more savings on a new device. You're just getting like a $30 credit put on your account. I will put a link to the Barnes & Noble like page where you could actually register and get the credit put on your Barnes & Noble account. But what do you guys think about this? Are you ambivalent? Are you angry? Drop a comment below. And for goodreader.com, my name is Michael. Everybody take care.